Hey guys, and welcome to Gadget Reviews and to this reaction of Superhero Fight Club. Superman was not there.
You don't know why you're here. You're about to find out.
You do know I let you kidnap me, right?
No, we would have taken you. I doubt it.
Not unless you have a kryptonite arrow in that quiver.
Anyway,
So, what's with all the mysterious mystery?
you tell her.
Wait a sec. Is this that Fight Club thing? Oh, I've heard so much about this. I'm so excited.
You thought the abduction was cool. You're really gonna like the upgrade.
We thought we needed to up the ante for someone of your abilities.
This is awesome. Is this where you train?
It's more of a team-up training facility with Team Tech pulling the strings.
Welcome to Superhero Fight Club 2.0.
More like Fight Club 9.0. Last one was about as legit as Commodore 64.
Oh yeah. So guys, this was my reaction, and of course there's like a 4 minutes thing that I'm risking, copyright strike if I put that. Not that I'm not risking with this, but it's, less likely. So this is the, abbreviated version of the whole 4.5 minute clip. And basically, what do I think about it? Well, it's great, it's fun, and all of that, but like always, I have something to say about what I don't like, and don't get me wrong, I'm like amazingly excited about this. Like, I can't even imagine. I mean, I used to, when I was growing up, I just, dreamed of having all those superheroes on screen, and I watched the old Lois and Quark series, and I even watched the original Flash, and so on. So, but all those shows were cut very short, and they were never, lived to their full potential, and the times were less about the special effects, and the special effects sucked and all of that, but still, I mean, they gave me a lot. But anyways, I dreamed about this, but here's what I don't like is the usual problem of Smallville. I'm going to call it the Smallville problem, and that problem is that they don't show those superheroes at their full potential. The silly thing here is that Supergirl could destroy everything, the room. There's no matter what the test is, she has to play along and pretend that she's trying to avoid anything. It's just ridiculous. I mean, she can just do this with her eyes, like, and everything will be like not existing. I mean, there's not going to be any tests, there's not going to be some stupid balls flying into the air. It's just ridiculous for her, set of powers. I mean, she could, grab Green Arrow, the Flash, White Canary, and the Atom, and just, do this. And like they're going to be obliterated, if she wants to. So it's just ridiculous putting her in the same category and in that test. And I mean, in the end of this video, I mean, not of this, but of the 4-minute clip, a Gorilla Grodd comes out or something, or a robot that represents him. I have no idea, but let's say that's some kind of a monkey robot, or even the real, Gorilla Grodd, I can't say that, damn it, came out, and what he will do to them. Yeah, he can throw around Flash like he's nothing, and if Flash wants, he can, go in circles and make him dizzy, and then beat him up real fast, and that gorilla will not even see him. But he can't do that because he's like, oh, what I'm going to do, and he gets, beaten up. Let's say that. Because that's usually what is happening to the Flash when he faces him. We all know that maybe something that could be done is from the Atom, but something if he gets too small, so he could get into his body and do some damage, or if he gets a bit big and just hits him with one punch and makes him like a pancake. But what threat is he to Supergirl? Supergirl could be like 1 second, he's done. He's just a big mutated gorilla. it's ridiculous. I mean, everything in these shows is usually ridiculous, and heroes are so downgraded. Like in the last season, Flash just watched how his father was killed in front of him. He couldn't move, he didn't make any, try even to save him. He was like, oh my goodness, that guy Zoom is, holding my dad. And he just stood there and cried and watched in horror like somebody was taking off his powers, which wasn't the case. So all the stupid things like that. And gladly Supergirl doesn't have a lot of those. It's a lot more on the side of the Flash that I'm really annoyed with. But anyways, also want to point out that it seems that when Martian Manhunter appeared, again I'm talking about the 4-minute clip, he looked so downgraded in terms of special effects, textures. He looked like talking, rubber, and that's not good. I mean, if they're going to do that, they have to transfer the same quality that they had, in the previous television that Supergirl was in, because although I know that they don't have the same budget, when they do those episodes, they really have to, do this right, because he looked like talking rubber, and it was ridiculous. And I can't wait to see how he will look, in full quality when the actual show and episode comes out. But for now, this looks like, yeah, it's bad. But anyway, guys, overall, those are my thoughts. I can't wait to see, the new episodes, especially of Supergirl. I'm mostly excited for Supergirl and to see Superman. Yeah, I just can't wait. Also, I have a little bit to say about that plane that Superman and Supergirl saved the last time, in their clip. Supergirl should be able to save that on her own. Of course, they needed some kind of a reason to bring them both, but usually Supergirl should be perfectly enough to save this one plane. Her power should be like super enough, and Superman could also do that all on his own. Just, remember Superman from 2006 with Brandon Routh. I know it's very funny that he now plays the Atom, but before he was Superman. That's kind of funny, but anyways. And it's again DC character, but anyways again. So I mean, in that episode there was a super classic scene at the beginning of the movie when he saved like a lot larger plane without any problems. So Superman is really, really, really strong, and I always think that they always downgraded him, and now Supergirl and all of those TV shows, and in Smallville that, this was the same issue. He was always not able to fly. He was always, given like tons of excuses why he's not able to fly, when he didn't have any, physical problems with that. He was just, in his brain. And the only times that we did see him fly, it was like very special instance. He was evil or something else. And Supergirl of that show, that of course again it's super funny that she here again plays in Supergirl, but she plays, Brainiac, so to speak. She's Brainiac. So yeah, that same actress. Again, she was in Smallville, and she flew the first 2 seconds that she was in the show. And Clark took 10 freaking seasons for him to become Superman and really fly, and we never did see him to fly. We did see someone from afar, like Superman from very far. He was holding Brandon Routh's costume from Superman Returns in his arms, but he never really wore that. They didn't even made a new costume for him or anything like that. Tom Welling didn't want to wear it. That's another topic, but I mean, he was always super great in terms of powers. He was just so much of a, just see kryptonite, and he can't even blow it away. He can't even, strike it down with his, laser beams, and Supergirl had to save him from that. Chloe and the other guys from the show had to save him a ton of times. He was just so weak, and I mean, is that the guy that I'm supposed to be having my hopes and everything, towards him? Is that the guy that I'm supposed to be looking up to? Is that Superman? Is that like... So I did enjoy the show, but again, there were so many problems with it in terms of how, less powerful he was, that we never really, got to feel the real power that he has. He was always the blur and something else. and he always said, you know, didn't want to face his nature, which is ridiculous because his nature is what is in him, is what he's made out from that. So he was supposed to be facing that, but of course they wanted to make 10 seasons for some guy in a barn, you know, living there and just not facing anything, be too scared and waiting till he's a fully grown man to do something substantial and actually become the man he's supposed to be. That's a topic of another time, and it's always something that is frustrating me. I'm not worried that the new Superman is going to be, you know, very downgraded, and they already, you know, have to split one very light plane or a ship or whatever it is, but it was, you know, fairly small with between the two superheroes, and that did show that they are making effort. So that's annoying. I mean, that should be no problem. But anyways, guys, overall I'm extremely excited. Yes, those things very much annoy me, but I hope that the shows will make more sense and not like the previous season of The Flash. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Until next time with KDG Reviews.